Hi, I wanted to introduce myself. My name is Greg Kogan. I'm your instructor for this class. And what this course is all about, accounting for managers, we're really trying to see in terms of how do we interpret financial statements, how can we make use of financial statements and accounting. In other words, how can we provide value in a business? And that can come from knowing what the numbers mean. It could be helpful for operations, could be helpful for management, and could be helpful for just understanding what's happening. This is the book that we'll be using, The Accounting What the Numbers Mean by Marshall. And the first thing what we're going over today is essentially what is accounting past and present from a really top level perspective. How do we connect to what is accounting, what is the accounting equation, who uses this information, how does it help the business, who are the main players in this industry of accounting, and basically looking at how the accounting laws are being made, who changes the laws around, who moves laws forward in accounting, and essentially, basically, what is the big picture in the accounting world, and who are the main participants in creating the whole entire framework. So first thing to go over is what is accounting, what is this whole process, and from a very basic level, the idea is that even on a small business level, you need accounting, and I think accounting is synonymous with just like understanding the structure of the business, having order in your business. So, from a small business perspective, and a lot of small businesses go through this, they may not have an accounting system. They may be doing things without an accounting system. So, what are the results? They're not quite sure how much money they're making. They're not quite sure if their cash fully reconciled. Come compliance at the end of the year, they're not quite sure if they're compliant because they're not quite sure what the tax liability is or what's the sales tax liability is. So accounting, I think, has three main purposes. One is essentially order, which is knowing that every transaction has been recorded, reconciled, and reflects in the business in some kind of accounting form, financial statement form, ledger. Two is compliance, comes from that. Are we complying with state and federal regulations with tax and local tax, federal tax, international tax, basically regulation, compliance with regulations, the laws, that whichever jurisdiction you're in. And the third one is the internal management, understanding compliance and strategy. So are we internally basing our strategy based on the results? There's this saying I saw, what you measure, you manage. So if we're not measuring key performance indicators, we're basically not managing them. We're not measuring exactly how much we make. We're not setting goals because we can't verify have we reached this goal or not. If we're not measuring if our marketing has been effective, then we're not quite sure what our marketing budget should be. If we're not measuring our costs, we're not quite sure what our profits are. So measuring is part of strategy, and measuring is basically on a very high level, it's very much part of accounting.